I didn't know that was happening.
Wicked for Good is directed by John M. Chu, director of Wicked Part 1, Crazy Rich Asians, and some other movies.
You are such a buffoon, Mare Bear.
Wicked for Good follows Elphaba, who is on their own, and nothing happens then for the rest of the movie.
How dare you!
So, for a bit of background, I saw Wicked on the West End, hated it, and never thought about it again.
Tell him to stop.
I dreaded watching Wicked Part 1, and then I finally did watch it and thought,
hey, that's pretty good.
But I also think you leave the movie thinking it's good because it ends with Defying Gravity, and that's just a really great song. So my knowledge of Wicked is very basic, so before you drama weebs start coming at me, remember I am judging it as a movie, based on what works in the movie and what doesn't work in the movie. To start this off, the two lead performances are great, even though when I'm watching an interview with them, it feels like I'm watching Planes, Trains and Automobiles. They're very good in the roles, and they perform the songs very well. Cynthia Erivo stole the first movie.
Cynthia Chinasoku Onyedimanazu Amarachoku Uezoke Echimina Erivo. Stunning.
And Ariana Grande steals this movie. You really feel the love and the tragedy between the two leads. When the movie focuses on that relationship, it really works, mainly due to the performances and the songs themselves. Another great thing is the look of the movie. This is carried over from Wicked Part 1 and the actual musical. But the cinematography, set design and CGI really goes a long way to sell this world and the look of the movie, especially the blending of real sets and CGI. It goes a long way to sell the believability. It looks like Candy Floss come to life. It's great. Last point on this, but the songs, they are really good. It's a hit musical, they are very good songs. But as I'm sure you can tell from the title of this video, this movie is a mess.
Ruining everything!
As I said, the two lead actors are great, they really sell the roles, but there are some odd choices when it comes to the supporting characters in this movie. To start us off, Jeff Goldblum. Who doesn't love Jeff Goldblum? As a man whose favourite movie is Jurassic Park, I have all the time in the world for Jeff Goldblum. But that's the problem, isn't it, Mr. Chu? He is too likeable to be a villain, and the movie pretty much gives up on him being a villain by the end of the movie anyway, so why are we here? In this movie, our mate Jeff plays the Wizard of Oz, but it turns out he's the baddie. Now, he did sell this in the first movie because he's barely in it, and Goldblum does an okay job with the acting parts, but when Jeff has to sing, it's not great. It's not Piers Brosnan in Mamma Mia bad, but you will close your mind. But it is a rough time at the cinema. It's so odd because Jeff Goldblum is a musician. What happened? As I said, there are some ropey performances in this movie, but the worst one of all is Oscar winner, James Bond's own Michelle Yeoh.
Make all my characters very different. Very different.
Our Michelle is so bad in this movie. The performance is supposed to be menacing, but it's so wooden that I felt like I started hating sand.
I don't like sand.
She seems to be trying this half serious, half cheeky thing. Honestly, it's like she's in a different movie. And her singing, Jesus Christ! This is almost Piers Brosnan levels of bad.
Turn it off.
The only good thing is that she doesn't sing that much. I remember thinking it in the first Wicked movie, but this time, honestly, just nails down a blackboard. In fact, there is a scene in which Michelle Yeoh's character, Madam Morrible, okay? Madam Morrible is casting a spell, and it's so oddly paced and shot, and there's even weird hand movements going on. I honestly started thinking of M. Night Shyamalan's Last Airbender movie, or Cara Delevingne in Suicide Squad. Oh, fuck. And then I started laughing. Yeoh doesn't look evil, excited, happy, menacing, just nothing. In the bin, mate.
I saw Elphaba on screen.
It's hard to review a movie that was a beloved musical first, because people are always going to say,
well, yeah, that's what happened in the musical.
But remember, drama nerds, I'm reviewing this as a movie, not a musical. And I don't know if you know, but movies are different to musicals. Now, the first movie didn't have much in the way of plot, but that's okay. You know, we're getting to know the characters, there's a little bit of intrigue, and we know it's the first part, so it's okay to slow the movie down and spend a little time with these characters who are actually a lot of fun to be around. But after Defying Gravity... Which is where this movie picks up. And after everything boots off, you have to start giving me some story. But nope!
You stupid.
Wicked for good. I'm not saying that anymore. I'm just going to say Wicked 2. Alright, Wicked 2. Wicked 2 spends its first hour dicking around because of this time jump that's in between the two movies. How long has it been? Well, the movie says it's been 12 tide turns. What the fuck does that mean? Is that 12 years? Am I having a stroke?
I can't get up!
Now, a time jump is not inherently a bad thing. In fact, it can be used very effectively.
That's a lot of damage. How about a little more?
But sometimes it can be used like this, in which the characters have not changed in any way. Tiny moments from the first movie feel underdeveloped because guess what, dickhead? It's been 12 tide turns. And that tiny moment is now a huge plot point. And the audience is left confused by what state the world of the movie is in.
Legalize nuclear bombs.
Swag Messiah.
The biggest problem with this time jump is 12 tide turns. Is that the movie spends maybe an hour getting you up to speed with the characters and the plot. But the characters haven't changed and there's been barely any plot progression since we last left Oz, which left me feeling very... The worst thing you can do in a movie is bore me. I can watch rubbish movies all day. Hell, I like Venom 2, and even though that movie's nonsensical rubbish, it's not boring.
Boring.
This movie has no plot, and then some plot, and then no plot.
I'm drunk now, if the truth be told.
When I watched the first Wicked, I thought to myself, the biggest hurdle this movie has is justifying its own existence. And I walked out of that movie thinking, hey, that was pretty good. It's not perfect, but it did a good job of establishing why Wicked had to be a movie. But for me, Wicked 2 undoes a lot of that goodwill. It's boring, tonally all over the place, and even though the songs are good, some of them are butchered by the cast.
Admirable.
One final thing, I promise. The messaging that was surprisingly subtle in the first movie of racism, government manipulation, and segregation is pushed right to the forefront in this movie. Now, that is admirable, but the messaging of this movie is just racism bad. Like, yeah, we know.
Wow.
Is it worse than Just Friends, starring Ryan Reynolds? No, and it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's just disappointing to see how much this movie aggressively wastes your time. Like I said, the relationship between the two leads is great, and when the movie is just them two, the movie shines. But that's maybe 20 minutes of a 137-minute long movie. If you are not too interested in watching Wicked, I would recommend watching the first one and then just skipping this one entirely. Oh, that's a tough one. Like I say, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
You know them, you love them. Numbers.
I am giving Wicked for good a 3 out of 10. It just feels like the entire movie was made for the little ending song and that's it. And that's just not good enough. This video is sponsored by Peter Dinklage playing a goat. May he forever get important, life-changing roles.
You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.